Alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Welcome back. Very briefly today, a brief discussion on the campus, Columbia University, and students. The news headlines, whichever newspaper you open or whichever TV program you watch, everyone is fascinated with what is happening in America at the moment with the student uprising and encampment on the lawns at Columbia University in the United States of America. This is amazing. I'm amazed at what is going on, as I'm sure the whole world is actually watching and amazed at what is going on and watching the developments as to how this will proceed. The uprising is I won't say uprising, it's actually a pro-Palestinian support to end the war in Gaza and to end the suffering. But on the other hand, we must also establish that there are also some Jewish duty, as is their right, to uphold the banner to free the hostages. So we as human beings, as observers, we need to establish that the hostages must be free and there must be an end to the war so that aid can enter and relieve the suffering of the people. But what is very fascinating about the Columbia uprising is that it is spreading like virus. Like the COVID epidemic. It's spreading like a virus all over the world. So it's amazing what is going on. And we have not seen anything like that. And very briefly, I'll say we saw the civil rights movement of 1964. Then there was the anti-war movement against the United States war against Vietnam in 1968. So these were major uprisings in the United States of America. So that was 1964, 1968. Everything was quiet. Now in the year 2024, we are seeing something which many people in their lifetime have not seen. When the uprising in America started in Vietnam in 1968, I was only about 7 or 8 years old. So many people have not seen what is going on. Now, it has spread from Columbia University, and I'll just very briefly go through this. And it's gone now to Yale. The protests are at Yale, at Harvard, at MIT, at Princeton. These are all fabulous universities, top universities in the United States, as well as now in Sorbonne in France, Sydney, Australia, New South Wales, Canada, Britain, and beyond. So it's actually amazing. So these are peaceful student protests, which is not only happening overseas, but we've seen it happen in our own country, South Africa, as well, during apartheid. It was you guys, the youth. So that's why I'm so amazed at the youth. You know, I love the youth so much because y'all don't have concrete in your brains. Y'all are not brainwashed. Y'all don't have chains around the brains, because the more older you get, people start putting chains around the brains. They take the brain, they put it in the cage. But the youth, they know this is right, this is wrong. This is right, this is wrong, finish, you know. So that's what I love about the youth, their vigor, their strength. They are not brainwashed and reconditioned. So this is history in the making. You know, in 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 years, in 1,000 years' time, people will still read books about what has happened in this year, in 2024, worldwide. You know, so history is being written. So stay tuned, and that is why my whole program of the Brain series is mainly aimed at the youth, both boys and girls, women who are going through difficulties, men who are going through difficulties and suffering. But please stay tuned to the media outlets wherever you can see. It's known as a campus, Columbia University, and basically it's the strength of the students. That is why young blood is the best blood. But we need to also have wisdom of the elderly. But once a person becomes very old, put them in an old age home. Don't make them suffer. You know, or not even in an old age home. I mean, Islam teaches that the children must look after them. But I mean, once a person becomes very old, take them out of politics, because they've got concrete in their brains. Okay, anyway, that's my own assessment. Take care and look after yourself and stay tuned.